let's get it. All about the heart. First, we're going to talk about the anatomy of the heart. The heart is a four-chambered muscular organ located slightly to the left of the chest, over here. If you can feel it beating, means you're alive. And these four chambers are the right atrium, which receives deoxygenated blood from the body. So the right atrium, if you look over here on the heart, on this picture of the heart over here that has all the labels, you can see the right atrium is right here on top of the right ventricle, which we're going to talk about later. So what does this right atrium do? It receives deoxygenated blood from the body. That's what it does. Now, the right ventricle is over here, below the right atrium. Now, what does this do? Okay? It pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Okay? Now you guys know what the lungs are. So now we're going to talk about the left atrium. The left atrium is over here, which is the opposite of the right atrium. The right atrium's here, and this is the left atrium. I'll tell you what it does. It receives oxygenated blood from the lungs. That's what it does. Then the left ventricle, which is down here, it pumps oxygenated blood to the body. Then this line you see over here, this is called the septum. The septum, okay? And now here, now you see these white things, this one's going in and this one's going out. What are these? These are called the valves. So these two valves over here, they're closing in. But these two valves over here, they're both opening. But what are they doing? These two valves over here, which is on the left and right ventricle, what they're basically doing is closing the blood. Then here you see the blood can also be blue or red. So red blood cells, you guys know, white blood cells, right? They keep you away from sickness. So these valves over here, they're trying to open the blood. Okay, like as you can see how it's working over here. And our heart is pumping. Whenever you hear a beat, meaning it pumps. Okay? Here's a fun fact. Even though your heart pumps for like 100,000 times, it has 7,550 liters of blood. Here. The second thing we're going to talk about is the function of the heart. Now, the primary function of the heart is to pump the blood, like I just said, throughout the body, providing tissues with oxygen. Tissues, it's not like a normal tissue, you take that out and sneeze. It's a tissue in your body. These tissues protect you from bacteria and dust and all these stuff. If we didn't have tissues, we would get so sick, I'm telling you. With oxygen and nutrients while removing these waste products. Okay, here's a brief overview of how it works. First, blood flow. Now the blood enters to the right atrium, which I just said. The right atrium in the other slide, which I said, from the body and is pumped into the right ventricle, which is below the right atrium. Which it then sends to the lungs to be oxygenated. Like I just said in the first slide, the oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium, which is the opposite of the right atrium. It is pumped into the left ventricle, which is below what? The left atrium. Then it is distributed to the rest of the body. Now the heartbeat. The The rhythmic con- contractions of the heart are controlled by an electric conduction system, ensuring the pumping of blood. Now the rib cage. The rib cage protects the heart from anything else. So you know your heart's in the left. So the heart would be like somewhere here in the left, as we all know. So this rib cage, if you go like a little slightly up to your stomach, you feel this rib cage. I know it might hurt, but this is called the rib cage. We have 12 sets of ribs. All these ribs protect the heart. If we did not have a rib cage, we our heart, we wouldn't basically be alive. Like if someone punches us, we would die because we don't have the rib cage to protect us. The rib cage always protects us. That's why the rib cage is really, really important. Okay? Now, the third thing is the cultural significance. The heart has been a powerful symbol across cultures and eras, like love and emotion. Now, you often see people like being sad, happy, angry, mad, and all that stuff here. Often seen as a seat of emotion, especially love and compassion, strength and courage. We use metaphorically to represent courage and inner strength. Medicine and health. A central focus in health and medicine, understanding heart diseases like asthma and lung cancer. Right? Asthma is like it's like when you can't breathe, you have to use puffer. Okay? And promoting heart health. So that's it for all about the heart. So thank everyone for listening about my video about all about the heart. It was just 3 sides. I know it was quick. I hope you like it and bye.